Hello again. One of the things I've been doing to kind of get ready since the holidays, which kind of delayed me a bit on working on the layout, is I had to figure out if I had enough of the Pico turnouts. I'm using electrofrogs up on the main and here in the peninsula on the third level. So what I did was I took the ones I had, and there was always a few extraneous laying around, and laid them out on the paper design. As you can see here on, this is the town of Jamestown. And I laid them out and I found that I was short several of them, which I ordered and have subsequently gotten them. So now I have all the turnouts that I need for this section. Over here, what I did was, and this is my polarity car. You can see it's got green tape on one side and red on the other. I went ahead and, since it had been a while since I laid track, I went ahead and I put in the crossover where it comes out of the helix over here where the polarity car is, and right here where these are Atlas insulated rail joiners, which I found break the power really, really well for DCC. They're not as small as the Picos, and they have a pretty decent vertical piece here that allows you to break the power. Sorry about the fingers. New phone, getting used to it. But anyway, that power break right there is where the helix power ends and the mainline power begins over here. And so this is the first crossing coming out. And because I'm using electrofrogs, I've decided also to start using the frog juicers. And this is one of the feeders to the frog for this turnout here. And then there's another one under here for the other one, which will all be mounted and run to the hex frog juicer, which will be over somewhere under the layout. But with the Picos electrofrogs, you have to break it right here for sure. And since I do that anyway, otherwise there's going to be a short in here, I'll go ahead and do all four. And I always do that, and there'll be another set over here when I put the track in here. But so this will get its own feeder here in the middle, and the Picos have to be fed from the base. But anyway, that's kind of some of the stuff I did there. And then I also, on the third level here, this is the branch line that comes up. I went ahead and did some of the cork road bed. Been a while since I had done some of that. But anyway, so it's coming up around and it'll stop there. What I also did up here, sorry about the paper on there, but I got to read some stuff about reminding my brain how to do the tortoise switches. There'll be two tortoises up on this level, mainly because I cannot reach the turnout by hand. Anything I can reach, like it'll be this turnout up in here, I'll be able to just use my finger to change the turnout. But there's one that's way over there that comes off the loop that goes over the helix. That's going to get a tortoise. And there's some of the glue. I had to make sure all the paper was back down. And then over there at the far end over there, I won't be able to reach that without standing on the box, so I'm going to put another tortoise there. Here's some of the complex trackage that's going to go in here. And this is one of my this is the bus level. I call them buses, but essentially they're the same as power districts. But anyway, I've got this on my Model Railroad Hobbyist blog so you can see it and blow it up. And there's also shows a diagram of the layout with how I subdivided all the power buses, power districts with feeders. What I do is I count up all the feeders after I've divided it up. That kind of gives me a really good estimate of how many feeders I need to make. And I did that over the holidays while I was watching, my 100 football games. And I'm going to give you a picture of it. Here is 150 feeders right here. And you'll notice that I tend to use these solderless crimp joiners. All my feeders are 3 inches long. They'll have the crimp joiner on it at the end. I make this really modular. The next section that goes on to this is 22 gauge, will be an 18 gauge wire. And then that'll go to a terminal strip that'll be somewhere under the layout. And so the male will go in on the end of the 18 into this connector here to the terminal strip, and then that's how I get to it modularly. I can connect and disconnect everything at will to make sure that everything fits properly. So that's all for this session, and I want to talk to you in the next one about some of the lighting I'm going to be using.